So today we are solving the question 2149, rearrange array elements by sign. In this question they have given us the array and we have to satisfy the three conditions. You are given zero index integer nums of even length consisting of an equal number of positive and negative integers. So we know one thing, that the length of the array should be even. It can either become 4, 6, 8. It cannot be odd. Also, the positive and negative numbers are equal in the array. As we can see in example 1, there are 3 positive and 3 negative numbers. Also in example 2, we have 1 positive and 1 negative number. Okay, so let's see what conditions we have. Every consecutive pair of integers have opposite sign. So what we have to do is, let's say these are two consecutive integers. In result, we have to return one positive and one negative, or one negative or one positive. We have to return consecutive pair of opposite signs. Also, for second condition, for all integers with the same sign, the order in which they were present in nums is preserved. Okay, so the order of array doesn't change. That means if -4 is coming after -2, we have to preserve that order. We are not allowed to change that order. Third, the rearranged array begins with a positive integer. So now we have our starting point. We know that our array should start from positive number. Okay, so they have given us equally positive and negative integers. How we can do this? So let's first discuss the inefficient approach. In this approach, what we can do is we can iterate through this array and we can save all positive elements into one array and all negative elements into another array. So now we have all positive and negative integers separated. Now what we will do one another for loop and append each element of first positive into resultant array and then negative element from the negative array into resultant array. And as soon as both of these iterations are complete, we will have our output resultant array. Okay, so uh, this was taking three arrays in the extra memory space, one for positive, one for negative, and one for resultant array. Now, how we can optimize this approach further? So as we can see in our resultant array, every positive integer is at even index and every negative integer is at odd index. You can see here -5 is index 3. So this is odd index. Also -4 at 5 and 2 is at 4. So we can see the pattern here. When the number is positive, it is at even integer, and when number is negative, it is at odd integer. So what we can do is we can iterate through this array and declare our two pointers even and odd. Now when iterating through the array, if the number is less than 0, that means number is negative. If the number is negative, that means we have to place that at odd position. So what we will do, we will use this odd pointer as the variable. But if the number is positive, let's say we have 3 here. If the number is positive, we have to store that at even position. So we will be using even pointer as our replacement point here. Okay, so also we have to be careful about the order. So our first variable should be positive. So we are going to start iterating and then iterate till the array. So to clear things up, I'm going to write code so that we can easily understand this. So let me write. Okay, so first we have to return the resultant array to declare the result, and it should be same size as our nums array. After that, we need two pointers. One pointer should be even point position pointing out, and odd pointer should be pointing at one position. So we have initialize this to one because odd pointer will always start from here. Now, okay, so for I in range nums of I. Now we have iterated through this array. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to check if nums I is greater than 0. If that variable is greater than 0, that means we should add that element at the even position of our array. So simply we will use resultant and pointer of even position and then store that variable in it. Also, after storing that element, we have to jump our even position pointer not odd position to plus one position, the one position. So what we will do, we will increment our even position pointer not by one but by two, because we have two separate pointers for even and odd positions. If the above case is not true, then what we have to do is we simply add odd position. That means if number is not positive, that means we have to append it at odd position, and then we will increment odd position by plus 2. Now our code is completed. I'm going to return this resultant array at the end of this code. Now let me run this code. Hopefully it will work. Okay, so cannot access local variable I. Okay, so what do we have for I length? For I length. Okay, so I think I have to iterate the length. Now I'm going to do it again. Okay, so I should not be here. Sorry for that. Okay, hopefully it will not give us error. So both our test cases has been accepted. Now let me submit this code. So our code has been accepted successfully. That was a medium question, but I think the difficulty level of this question should be easy. I hope you can get this question. See you in the next session.